Hello friends, this is Coldrun, back with Dragon Age, Attack of the Inquisition. We are here in the town of Haven, and I am about to go into the War Council and actually start on this Orlais thing. Now, again, my intention is to... I'm nervous about it for a couple of reasons. One is because I don't like leaving things undone, and I have half of the hinterlands at least to go, probably more, just judging by the sheer number of shards. But I also want to try seeing... I don't want to play this just the way that I'm used to playing this sort of game, because this is a different game. And so maybe it'll turn out that I'll go do some Orlais and then come back and do some hinterlands. And, you know, maybe I'll just bounce around, and that's okay too. Let's hop in. So it's this thing. Address the Chantry and Royeaux. Alright, the remaining Chantry clerics have declared the Inquisition heretical.
Soldiers a safe distance from the temple.
Our best guess that's safe anyway.
Attempts to gather allies against the breach have been rebuffed. Good word. And at this moment, we could not step foot into the capital without being attacked by a mob or arrested. We must convince the Chantry to permit us entry into the city so we can show them the Herald of Andraste is not the monster they believe. Recommended levels 4 to 7. This is the other reason I was nervous about doing this, because I'm only level 5 and 6. Maybe that's okay, though.
Having the herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion. And we should ignore the danger to the herald. Let's ask her.
This is a terrible plan. I would say I'm not actually worried. This may not actually help. Yeah.
I'm more concerned this won't actually solve any problems.
Oh, I'm in like casual clothes.
I agree. It just lends credence to the idea that we should care what the Chantry says.
I will go with her.
Yeah.
Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now we can't approach anyone for help with the breach.
Well, we got the Winter
Use
Watch
what
called.
influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
Winter Watch doesn't really seem like enough. Alright. Address the Chantry and Royeaux. Look at that dagger. That's like, it almost looks like a key. Yeah, it almost looks like a key. The remaining Chantry have... Alright, yeah. Alright, let's do it. Are we going? We're going there. So I don't think we're going to be able to explore this. Ooh, what a beauty of a city. I don't think we're going to be able to explore the city proper.
The city still mourns.
Right, it's sort of like Vatican-y, right? Sort of like Romish. She's freaking out.
But I think they all know who we are.
Yeah.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress me, Barrick.
My Lady Herald.
You're one of Leliana's people. What have you found?
The Chantry mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to fight through them, are we?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition.
Yeah, we're not
They're
an
gathering
invading
on
force.
the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
There's like 4 of us. What are we going to do?
Only one thing to do, then.
We're not going to cut our way through them. I mean, that would be an invasion.
They wish to protect the people? From us?
Look at this place.
The orders return to the fold, maybe? To deal with us upstarts?
I know, Lord Seeker Lucius. I can't imagine him coming to the Chantry's defense. Not after all that's occurred.
Lord Seeker
Return.
Lucius.
Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
Alright, first things first. Let me actually use my abilities here, or spend my ability points. Yes. Wait, oh right, this is not our main tree. Oh god. There we are. Yeah, let's try another thing here. Cutting words. Your party does more damage to taunted targets as you rattle your enemy's nerves and goad them into mistakes. That sounds actually really good. You accept blows from and for allies, taking a portion. That sounds super good too. Livid. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for these two. These two sound really good. Do I already have... Do I already have challenge? I think I do. How do I know? I guess I don't have challenge. What's my taunt ability then? War Cry. War Cry is the taunt. Challenge is another taunt. Yeah, let's do cutting words. And then there was a codex for Royeaux, I think. Places. The last one, number 48. Royeaux, any resident of Royan will say it is the greatest city in the world. Many take such pride for arrogance, but they do so through smiles as they nod in agreement, for such is the cost of doing business in the capital. Royeaux is in every way a world leader, in commerce, culture, and its own exaggerated beauty. The site was founded during Evrian's grand unification. This is the unification of the Chantry and the Templars, maybe? Or, I don't know. The result of a mix of influences not so much balanced as driven together, so it was not an organic mix. And while such an amalgamation would be cause for chaos elsewhere, the prosperity of the region has enabled an upward spiral of indulgence. The capital has endured the ages to become a beacon of civilization, and its citizens the measure of modernity. Just ask them. This sounds a little bit New Yorkish. An element of Royeaux is notoriously risque, and it exists harmoniously beside the aristocracy and the palace bureaucrats. Indeed, the aristocracy tends to indulge in the city's darker side quite frequently, if discreetly. This is the game thing they were talking about, right? The game. And that only adds to the mystique. Nobility elsewhere tend to be much more conservative and concerned about their reputation, even if a trip into the capital to indulge a few private pleasures is not completely out of the question. In Royeaux, transgressions are suffered and forgiven with flamboyant urgency. That is not to say the city is without lasting scandal or hardship, but one must squint past the gilding to be allowed even a glimpse, as Royans are very careful about the face they present. Such it is with the masks of nobility in the underbelly of their streets. Excerpted from Royeaux, excesses grand and otherwise, by formerly Sister Laudine. Oh, okay. So if Sister Laudine was like an insider, former insider tell-all sort of thing. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected for Royeaux. That's none of that is different from what I've been led to believe. So who do we have here? These are part of, I don't know who these are, just heroes. We got someone who looks like they have a star on their head, like a priest of some sort, a laborer, a knight or a Templar maybe, someone with a headache. What's reading? Mavarath's blood guilt, beneath scratched by a vandal, and his head suddenly weighs too much. So we got graffiti too. Mavarath's remorse, beneath scratched by a vandal at meeting a low door frame. Oh, these are great. These are like this gives such a good flavor. This gives these things make the city feel more real than all the statues in the world. Because this is like when you see like statues in just judging from like New York City, say, like memorials there or plaques there or even just advertisements there. Those are all fine, but those are put up by like larger systems, by corporations or by the government. But the things that the actual like citizens individually choose to do and how they react to it gives such a good flavor of the city. And same thing here. The avenue of her reflective thought, inscribed upon a plaque, Our Lady and the actors of her rise and fall. So Our Lady must be Andraste, I'm guessing. Her message and visage are worth repeating. So this is Andraste. I think this is Andraste, and this is Mavarath. He of the low door frame, he of the heavy head. Yeah. Two things up ahead. Mavrath's regret about his unfortunate hair. This is of an Orlesian meme, basically. This is absolutely an Orlesian meme. Mavrath's penitence, an unrelated headache. I can't get enough of these. Is this? No, this is Andraste again. I don't think this will... Yeah, this is... So this whole place is an avenue of her reflective thought. Travelers do not linger in their respects, not just because the bazaar awaits, but because the area before the back-turned statues is treacherous. Local legend has it that the child Empress Amy abused the opportunity of religious repose to relieve herself beneath the gaze of Our Lady. Oh, ew. I mean, not ew, it depends how young a child she is. Unable to discipline the toddling leader, her attendants instead chastised the statue and had them turned in supposed embarrassment. It's a bit much. True or not, foolish youths dare each other to soil a spot in similar fashion, and a place of otherwise irreverent thought always carries a faint odor about it. That sounds like a metaphor for Orlais, or for Royeaux in general. Like a place of grandeur and nobility that kind of people piss on and joke about. I also just noticed is that, yeah, all my characters leveled up recently. Let's give them all a little ability then. Cassandra first. Let's see what you got. Turn the blade doesn't sound super great. I mean, it's fine, but let's do instead... She already has Great Lunge. Let's buff up Shield Bash. Bonus damage versus guard, that sounds pretty good too. Yeah, let's buff up Shield Bash. Solace. Just take Solace in your Solace. Life, so Strength of Spirits, Mind Blast, Dispel, what does this do? So boosting it, dispelling magic and status effects increases your own spell's damage and barrier generation for a brief duration. Sounds good, but I don't know how often he'll use that. Barrier, and then, what is this? Is this something he casts on others, or just himself? The barrier you create a shimmering protective barrier that acts as temporary additional health. The barrier declares naturally. You've learned to cast barrier with more stable magical patterns. Each time a barrier you've cast expires, the ability's cooldown is reduced. I actually like that a lot. Let's do that. Varric. Full draw we use a lot. Enemies hit by full draw, yeah, but this we don't care about. If the first arrow doesn't kill them, the 10th might, right, this one. But we already have that. I think we already have that, yeah. But we don't have strafing shots. Cannot yet unlock this ability. Why not? Oh, maybe it doesn't work both ways, because we already have full draw. I assumed that that would let us go to strafing shots. But I guess not. I guess we have to go to leaping shot first. That's okay. I don't mind doing that. Long shot. What does long shot's boost do? Long shot now rips through every enemy along its path. Bonus damage for each target it hits. That seems fine. Leaping shot. And I think that's the last one. Yeah. Alright, let's check out the city itself a little bit. Is there even a map here? There is. Very small area, but maybe this is just... Yeah, this is just the main level. Pierre Marie. What's on your head? What is that? That's... like... So you got a mask on your face, and you got like a corkscrew hat. Like a... I don't know.
You'll forgive if events are a little too flustered for commerce. Nothing personal, Inquisition.
Calls me Inquisition. I guess that's just like member of the Inquisition. You know, so we got fancy person and with a cane, fancy woman, fancy shields. Can we go in here? Unlikely. Yeah, no. I have a feeling that at some point in the game, maybe in the very near future, maybe in the very far future, I have no idea which, we'll be able to come back here and there'll be shops and vendors and it'll be like an actual city we can spend time in. Fast travel. Really? Let's talk to a city guard.
Move along.
What if I don't?
I know what you are. I know what you are.
Okay. Okay, yep, so people are not fans of us. Where does fast travel go to? Some maps have multiple levels. Press L2 or R2 to view them. Okay. There's the upper level. Oh, I see on the right side. There's the upper level and the main level. Can I even... I'll try that after I've explored this area first. So there's the docks. City guard.
The city is close to you, except for the Chantry and our Templar. They'll certainly take you.
Yeah, so the city is going to open up later, but not yet. Examine. La pomme vie est morte. The apples nearest the cafe are said to change their taste depending on whether one is walking toward or away from the gallows. That's so cool. And of course they do, for taste is subject to the whims of the heart, and no meal is favored after tears. But dare it anyway, for none know the taste of joy such as we who do not shy from experience. But dare it anyway. Like, dare it even if you're walking towards the gallows. For none know the taste of joy such as we who do not shy from experience. So they're all about experiencing all the emotions at all stages. From Our Orlesian Heart by formerly Sister Lodine. So I got some barrels. Barnabas, what's on your head? God, the fashions here are something else.
I cannot possibly sell anything right now, not with so much uncertainty.
You got like a lion on your...
No.
Is your face yellow? Like bright yellow? Or is that a mask?
Templars will help us as they always have. There's no need for an Inquisition.
That's what you think. This is a big old kitty cat. Let me read it. Stop it. The game has done this a few times where it makes... The reading is very finicky. Like I can only read in very specific angles. The second line of Royeaux in respect to Duke Isidore d'Orléans. First, one or the other. I'm hesitant to go too close to the front because I think that'll progress the story. The first line of Royeaux in respect to Emperor Alphonse Valmont. The lines of Royeaux, a repeating element dedicated to the great defenders otherwise noted. It is rumored that one is gold, one is bronze and weighted with poison. One is chocolate and one is watching. That's not really... That's like comparing not just apples to oranges, but all of a sudden apples to steak and to bats and to like the concept of emotions. One is gold, one is bronze and weighted with poison, one is chocolate, and one is watching. So there's 4. The saying goes, dare we all a thief to test his back. So we all dare a thief to test his back and learn which is most dangerous to try deny or lay. So either showing a thief your back is showing your back to someone who's likely to backstab you is still safer than trying to deny or lay. In truth, all are lead and leaf. Don't pretend to ride them too long lest the mind give way. So despite all the metaphors, they're all just made of lead and like flaked with gold. Don't pretend to ride them too long, lest the mind give way. I don't know what that last part means. Excerpted from and torn from A Disposable Walking Tour of the Capital by Philium. A bard! I like that. Yeah, I like that exclamation point. Greece of the Empire East. A plaque reads, Welcome all before the grace of the Empire. Stage and audience for the use of all, for theater and business, and for partnership and proposal, be seen. A notice below reads, this display reserved for songs traditional by Lord Bramford and his players. Cancelled. Welcome all before the grace of the Empire, stage and the audience for the use of all, and theater and business, for partnership and proposal, be seen. Okay, so it's meant, this whole place is meant for anyone who wants to sing, but it sounds like it's reserved, this display is reserved for traditional songs by Lord Bramford and his players. I don't know. I don't understand that. I don't understand a lot of this, and I apologize. I wish I were better at understanding things, just in general. What's this? The Emporium of Mortal Means. A plaque reads, for all matters defensive concern, offensive intent, and the study of arts martial and with sanction magical. So this place is going to be like a weapon and magic shop, maybe? Certainly looks like it. Look at this elaborate beanpole over here.
Not open today. Not until this fast is over, at least. Too many swords out.
Indeedly do. So we got a magic and weapons shop over there. Not of heroes united in hatred. If we are re-examining motive, let us not stop at the sons of the betrayer. For the first leader of young Royeaux, after the sons was Jeshavi, chattel wife of two of them, but examine the facts. I'm already confused. If we're re-examining motive, so there's some motive and we're re-examining it. Let us not stop at the sons of the betrayer. So I guess someone's trying to rewrite the history of the sons of the betrayer. And the betrayer was Mavarath, who was, I think it's Mavarath, who was Andraste's husband. For the first leader of young Royeaux, after the sons of the betrayer, was Jeshavi, chattel wife of two of them. So this is about Jeshavi, the chattel wife of two of the sons of the husband of Andraste, I think. A proud daughter of the Syrian, chosen not unkindly by Isarath to be his bride. It was her so Isarath is one of the sons of Mavarath. It was her reach that granted him power to unify. Consider, and I don't remember my Orlesian history. I don't remember who unified with who. Consider what she witnessed in the consolidation of her people. She has always been portrayed with sadness, but what if, when our nation was born, the game was born with it? So she might have been a player. She might have been like a manipulator, a puppet mistress. Judge her actions not as property, but as master, and what changes? As victim, Isarath, rumored cruel, breaks the clans in a lust for power. His brother Verald, both of the sons of the betrayer, exiled from his own machinations in young Navarra. Exiled, maybe is that a typo? Oh no, he is an exile due to his own machinations. Appeals to the saddened wife and promises a new path. The brothers vie and Verald wins, and then demands the hand of Jeshavi. Another Ferelden greedy for power. In a decade, the shy victim Jeshavi is the figurehead of the people's rebellion against the last son of the betrayer. Sorry, my cat's trying to have a say, aren't you, buddy? Yeah, I think you are. As master, bound to the rivalries far older, she harbors a hatred beyond Tevinter. And while Isarath is distracted with personal concern or with building a nation to understand his own people's enemies, she invites the broken brother and sets him against the driven. So she played them against each other, while accepting marriage to the victor Jeshavi seeds a rebellion among those who remember how their lands were taken not a generation before. Both leave her as ruler as Gyoja. But should not the rule of a victim been uncertain? This whole thing's grammatically weird. Jeshavi rules for 42 years. There were no great swings backward, no people's retribution, for she had become accustomed. If the goals of Izarath were selfish, and the goals of Jeshavi were to reverse them, then Royeaux is born of the failure of both. But Izarath built his father's wall, and Jeshavi wanted revenge. Then if Izarath built his father's wall, and Jeshavi wanted revenge, then we are a nation of two successes, two parents in opposition, but not in opposition, but in partnership. This, again, the details. If you quizzed me on like what was right now, so what's Izarath's role and relationship to everyone, and what's his goals and motivations, I wouldn't necessarily remember, but I get the gist of it, and I also get how this idea relates to that Orlesian mentality of being a nation of like where conflict can lead to a sort of grace and success and prosperity. Excerpted from A History Not of Heroes, Readings in the Ugly Heart of Change, collected by Philium, a bard. That exclamation point, though. Anything here? No. Fast travel. Another fast travel point. Hup. So is this another death tree? La Pomme Vie Mort. It is said that the apples grow near the gallows will be bitter on the tongue of a lover who will betray. It is also said, although by different people entirely, that unripened fruit should not be the only consideration when investigating matters of fidelity. The latter are lonely most evenings. The latter are lonely most evenings among the arbors of the summer bazaar. So all the fruit's playing a pretty big role here in all this little local lore. Probably another fast travel point, yeah. And this is the gallows right here. Can I attack? No, I'm trying pressing attack. I can't do that. Let's try fast travel, see if we can get to another wing. We cannot. Okay, let's check out this last lion here. Do we see this lion? Fourth lion of Royeaux, and respected Duke Stefan of Valmontaigne. Grace of the Empire South. Notice reads, reserved for his strangeness, Sir Sound, and his static puppets behind the glass. This just must be a theater troupe, I'm guessing, or a puppeteer that commonly plays here. Oh, okay.
Good people of Royeaux, hear me.
What nonsense are you spouting?
Together, we mourn our divine. A naive and beautiful heart, silenced by treachery. You wonder what will become of a murderer. Well, wonder no more.
I'm not her murderer.
Behold, the so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise where our beloved fell. We say this is a false prophet. The Maker would send no elf in our hour of need.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna never claim to, but I think I really want to. I think my character is going to be, even to the point where it's not diplomatic. I think it's going to be like, look, I'm not claiming that role. It's not my religion.
I make no such claim. I wasn't sent here by Andraste or the Maker. I am simply trying to close the breach. It threatens us all.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
They probably know Cassandra.
Too late. The Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition, and the people will be saved once more.
I doubt they're here for why you think they're here. I think... Yeah, there we go.
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
How dare you? I'm supposed to be impressed, not here for us. Save me the trouble. Thumbs up. Nice job, buddy. I think I'm I don't think he's trying to impress us. I don't know what he. How dare you? Yeah. How dare you take that person who's trying to kill us just a second ago?
You're not here to deal with the Inquisition?
As if there were any reason to.
Lord Seeker Lucius, it's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Lord Seeker?
Creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages.
Okay.
You are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
What are you trying to do? Join us as Cullen did. I don't think that's going to go down well in the least. Help us close the breach, maybe? Then why are you here?
What we truly need is an alliance that will seal the breach.
Yeah, stay focused on that.
Oh, the breach is indeed a threat. But you certainly have no power to do anything about it.
Haven't you seen my
But Lord
hand?
Seeker, what if she really was sent by the Maker? What if...
I like this guy.
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
I will make the Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void.
The Void?
We deserve recognition. Independence. You have shown me nothing. And the Inquisition, less than nothing.
Yeah, so he's...
Templars, Val Royeaux is unworthy of our protection. We march.
Huh. An independent force. So, yeah. He's like with the ones who've left.
fellow, isn't he?
Has Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
I mean, he probably thinks the same of you, given that, like, that you can have made your own organization. He's like, you know what? Screw it. We're better than that. We can do it too. We see reasons how much Templar have. How do you know him?
You know him very well?
He took over the Seekers of Truth 2 years ago, after Lord Seeker Lambert's death. He was always a decent man, never given to ambition and grandstanding. This is very bizarre.
I wonder if he's possessed, or if it's just a normal change. Probably just a normal change. I mean, with all the chaos that's gone on, that's the kind of thing that changes people.
Do you think he can be reasoned with?
Not right now.
I hope so. If not him, there are surely others in the Order who don't feel as he does.
Right, there's the guy they
Either
told
way,
to shut up.
We should first return to Haven and inform the others.
Codex unlocked. The Chantry remains. Operation available. Okay, so this was not like, it's not, I was afraid we were going to Val Royeaux as like a full, like, new quest hub, but it looks like not yet. Characters. Lord Seeker Lucius is going to be down here. Whoa! What the heck? Lean a little bit closer. Come a little bit closer. You're my kind of Lord Seeker. You have... Is that like an aura of power around you? Is that blood? I don't know. Lord Seeker Lucius Corrin. For months, we were also certain Lord Seeker Lambert's death was an assassination carried out by mages. He had, after all, declared the Navarran Accord null and void, hurtling us headlong into a war against the rebels. Why else would he be killed except as an act of retribution? The entire Templar Order was fired up, ready to take up the fight against the mages, something we were sure would be over in a matter of weeks. Thus the election of Lucius Corrin to the role made me despair. According to the few seekers of truth with whom I spoke, he was a moderate. He agreed to the Divine's conclave, and every Templar I knew felt certain he would compromise to see the war ended. But lately, the man seems different, does he not? I never met him before he assumed command, but even in this short time, his opinions on the war have turned. He did not go to the conclave he personally supported. In fact, he seems to regret supporting it at all. He talks of the Templars establishing themselves as a power in our own right, and our fellows are all too eager to listen. I don't know from where this change of heart came. This feels like an imposter situation. I don't know where this change of heart came, but I begin to wonder if Lambert's death wasn't as simple a matter as we assumed. Something is amiss within our order, and all I know is that it's beyond me to discover what. From a letter written by an unknown Templar found in a burnt-out fort, 941 Dragon. Very, very interesting. Hello, Belle.
Excuse me, but is what they're saying real?
You are beautiful.
The Inquisition's going to fix the hole in the sky.
You are gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that dress, the colors, the head, the like the what is that? She's got like a chocolina thing going on in her head. Is that like a what is that? It's just a leaf with a gem in the middle. I love this place. This place is so cool. I don't want to overpromise, but that's the plan.
I'm going to give it a try at least.
No one is doing anything. The Chantry is useless. The Templars, Andraste. I never thought they'd abandon us. Listen, your camp will need food. I have contacts. We'll have deliveries there in days.
Oh, bless you.
You want to help the Inquisition?
Never been part of something this big before, but if your Inquisition's going to seal the sky, I want to help.
I mean, I just normally say, all right, go to Haven, but whenever this option comes up and I get to engage with one of my party members, I want to do that.
What do you think, Cassandra?
I think the woman is asking you and not me.
Well, she is.
The Herald of Andraste. Yes, I understand. Haven is a mess, but we won't turn away anyone willing to help. Invite her, if it pleases you.
Head to Haven, then. We need good people.
Agent
I
acquired.
don't know if I'm that, but it will be nice to see. Thank you.
More agents acquired. Again, I'm hoping we get a tutorial on what the hell that means at some point.
The Chantry has just...
What's that? An arrow with a message?
Fetch their
Where?
Templars back, I wonder.
Someone shot an arrow with a message. Here I'm like, ooh, it's a book. Let me read the book. Emperor Florian. Grand Duke Florian was not supposed to ascend to the Orlesian throne. His elder brother, Emperor Judicael II, had two twin sons, and that's a very secure line. So Florian was the Grand Duke, and his elder brother was the Emperor, with two. And his elder brother is the sitting Emperor with two twin sons and a secure line. Okay, Florian was free to pursue other interests, none of which revolved around the game. Indeed, the imperial court largely ignored him, and that was how he liked it. All that is recorded of that era is that he married, produced a single daughter, and afterwards showed little interest in her. An outbreak of the 100 Days Cough in 877 Blessed era, I'm guessing, changed his plans. Both of Judicael's sons perished, as did Florian's daughter, so he's suddenly put in the spotlight. Racked by grief, Judicael lost interest in ruling. Wait, Judicael was the sitting emperor? Yeah, Grand Duke Florian was the other guy. Okay. Racked by grief, Judicael lost interest in ruling, turning over all matters pertaining to the rebellion in Ferelden to his advisors, and instead spending his time hunting in the country. When Judicael was thrown from his horse during a fox hunt in 884 Blessed, Florian was suddenly vaulted into the throne. Famously, his response to the Chevaliers delivering the news at his estate is said to be, "This will not do at all." A private and somewhat eccentric man, Florian limited his appearances at court and dealt almost exclusively with members of his own family. He was extremely particular about habits of dress and grooming, eschewing current fashions for the sake of comfort, and refusing to wear cosmetics or powders of any kind due to an intense dislike of being dirty. Powerful and connected nobles, who had served in the cabinet since his father's time, were turned away in favor of his younger brother, Royeaux, his sister, Melisande, and his cousins. Children were banned from the palace, and even the children of servants, with the exceptions of his nephew and nieces, who were tolerated only on the condition that they remain out of the Emperor's sight. This guy sounds like a bad ruler. Regarding suggestions that Florian and his youngest cousin Megrin were lovers, the truth is uncertain. If such a relationship existed, it was no doubt kept private due to Florian's aversion to public life, and not from any fear of rumors. Such rumors, after all, were likely to spread due to the Emperor's refusal to sire another child and thus secure his line. Many believed this failing would eventually lead to civil war. The only real evidence of a relationship with Megrin is a loud and very public argument the two had prior to Megrin's appointment, or exile as he saw it, to the throne of Ferelden. Megrin was appointed to the throne of Ferelden. Megrin is said to have called Florian my darling, and neither man chose to explain the argument later. Megrin is a dude. Youngest cousin Megrin were, I was thinking like Megan. But no, Megrin sounds like was a dude. Okay, that puts things a little bit more into context. The predictions of civil war almost came to pass upon Florian's death in 919 Dragon with no clear heir. With no clear heir, the throne eventually passed to the only daughter of Grand Duke Royeaux, Celine, after a vicious struggle that threatened to consume the empire. From the Emperor's Vorlay by brother Harlan Ascari. So I'm really curious, like, is that just interesting lore? Is it pertaining to something specific?
Change of affairs. You might find friends among the stunned and reeling.
Might find friends among the stunned and reeling. We found one friend already. Message. Favors for friends. That's right, as soon as we got in here, we're part of the game now. A message is attached, written in a large, flowing hand, and bordered with doodles. People say you're special. I want to help, and I can bring everyone. There's a baddie in Val Royeaux. A baddie. I hear he wants to hurt you. This must be Lord Seeker Lucius, maybe? No, Lord Seeker Lucius doesn't care too much about us. This must be someone else. Have a search for the red things in the market, the docks, and around the cafe, and maybe you'll meet him first. Bring swords, friends of Red Jenny. Yeah, so, I wasn't sure if... I was debating whether to continue on if we were just about to finish up in this place, or if... and head back to the Hinterlands, but it looks like that's not the case. It looks like we're going to be here for a little while longer. I see, like, there's this quest of the Red Jenny quests, there's mystery stuff, there's an exclamation point, there's all kinds of shenanigans going on. I didn't even notice that. That's a woman... horizontal licking her lips. Okay, yeah, there's definitely more stuff to explore here. What is... question mark, I'm sure is just like unknown point, but what is it actually called? Undiscovered. Yeah, so I'm going to call it here, and we'll pick it up next time, exploring this beautiful, colorful, bright, and probably deadly city. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.